أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. We initiated last Tuesday night with the definition of Sunnah, correct? And we only reached up to this area here, which is Mandub. Now we mentioned the linguistic definition, we mentioned the technical definition, and how it varies according to who utilizes it, whether it's the muhaddithun, the usuliyun, or the fuqaha. We clarified that area. Do we need to repeat it? Alhamdulillah. We've reached the fuqaha area section, and we spoke about how the fuqaha, according to their definition, the Sunnah refers to the 5 fundamentals or judgments under Muslim law, and that is wajib, haram, mandub, mubah, and makruh. Now, this is the area where it's really concerning to all of us. In fact, to the nation of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Why? The reason being, the majority of the Muslims today, the majority, this is where they go wrong. Hence you see the word and you hear the word and it's floating out there. It's only Sunnah. It's only this. It's a minor issue. It's trivial. It's not a big deal. Just relax and chill out. You hear this all the time. But what they refer to is the Sunnah, according to the fuqaha. They do not realize that what they're really saying is that when it comes to Sunnah wajib, it is not a trivial or minor or basic area. It cannot be. When it means Sunnah wajib, it means an obligated Sunnah. You have no choice. You have no option. You cannot opt to do or not to do it. You have to do it. So you cannot say in this area, it is only Sunnah. Like growing the beard, it's wajib. Hence you see out there, it's only Sunnah. Yes, it is Sunnah. But what? Sunnah wajib. An incumbent, an obligated Sunnah. Not a matter of choice. Not a matter of choice. And this is where they go wrong. The majority of Muslims, they say, yes, it's Sunnah. We agree it's Sunnah. But what kind of Sunnah is it? Obligated. So any obligated Sunnah, you must abide by it. And we heard the ruling for Sunnah wajib is what? Who can remind us? One is what? Obliged.
Or eligible for punishment.
Obliged. Before that, yeah, you said? Obliged to what?
Follow.
To follow it. To do it. Obliged. Not an option. And the one that abandons it is sinful. Eligible for punishment. So if you do not do it, you may be punished. Why do we say eligible for punishment? Why do we not say he will be punished? Can you tell me that? Allah may forgive him, yes. وَيَغْفِرُ مَا دُونَ ذَلِكَ لِمَنْ يَشَاءُ. Allah may forgive him. So we cannot say he will be punished. We say he's eligible for punishment because he's sinful. He avoided, he abandoned that which is called the obligated Sunnah. We took that last week. Haram, we took it last week as well. The ruling on haram is what? Haram is prohibited, forbidden. You are not allowed to do it. And if you do that, what happens? You are sinful. Hence, eligible for punishment. If you commit the haram, yeah, it's Sunnah, because he said it. He said it. He forbade it. So it is Sunnah, but what kind of Sunnah, ya Quran? A haram Sunnah, a forbidden Sunnah. Don't go near it. Otherwise you're in trouble. And we mentioned the classical example, did we not, Muhammad? of which companion? Abdullah ibn Mas'ud. When he was talking to the lady by the name of Yaqub from the tribe of Bani Sa'asad. When he said that whoever plucks their eyebrows, talking about the woman, or files between their teeth for beautification, or tattoos themselves, or the tattooer, they're all cursed. This should not come in a hasty manner. What is this, Ya Abdullah, we hear? That you're cursed in ABC. He said, why should I not curse? The one who Allah has mentioned was cursed, and it was cursed in the Book of Allah. So, the case of her was that she did not know that this is haram until she heard it. So, plucking the eyebrows, tattooing, filing between the teeth, changing the creation of Allah is what? Haram. But again, it's a sunnah haram. Not an optional thing whether yes, no, you got a choice. No, you haven't got a choice. You are not allowed to do anything that in Islam is forbidden, even if it's sunnah. Now
But when you say filing between the teeth, what do you mean by that? Like if
in the past, what they used to do was, this is Arab culture, even the Africans would do this as well. It's very well known amongst them. They would file between their teeth. They even do it today. Suppose in Hollywood, devilish style of beautification and plastic surgery, they file between the teeth in what is gaps between them. And they believe it beautifies them. Women are very known to this and for this. Maybe not in the West, in our sort of understanding, but you go to Africa and you will see this. This is haram.
So it's nothing to do with that, your teeth are crooked, you get
braces. That's a necessity. That's a necessity. You break your nose into 50 pieces like this, where's Skinny? Huh? Look at Skinny's nose. You break it like this, what happens? Huh? What happens? You are allowed to clean it up because originally it wasn't like that. You can fix it up. Plastic surgery is allowed when there's a necessity. But to change the creation of Allah when there's no need for it, that is not allowed. That's another topic, inshallah, some other time. We've reached Mandub with Ali. You're the one that was trying to push me so hard last week to say it. Alhamdulillah, look how time flies. Allahu Akbar. Bloody 7 days ago. Allah. Wasn't like yesterday? Allahu Akbar. Okay, Mandub. What's Mandub? Mandub, another word for it in Arabic is jaiz. Another word is halal. Another word for mandub in Arabic is jaiz. Another word, halal. When someone says it's halal to do this, they're saying it's mandub to do that. Sorry, what are we talking about? We've done mandub. Took it mubah.
That's right.
Let's make it to the... You're the culprit here. We've done mandub, have we not?
Yes. Yeah.
We've done mandub, and we said in mandub that it is supererogatory. Correct, Bilal? What was it? It's optional. It's voluntary. It's encouraged. It's recommended. It's good to do it. You get highly reward for it. We finished that. We're talking about mubah. Another word for mubah is jaiz. Another word is halal. So when you hear this term, هذا حلال, really, هذا مباح. What does it mean in English? Permissible. Permissible. Another word, acceptable. Another word, allowable. All these terms refer to mubah. All these terms refer to mubah. What exactly is mubah? Write this down. Mubah denotes, in other words, means every action that has no specified ruling. Every action that has no specified ruling. Hence, doing it or avoiding it. Hence, doing it or avoiding it has no specified reward or punishment. Hence, doing it or avoiding it has no specified reward or punishment. نعم يا
Can
علي.
you give us a small example, please?
خلينا نصبر عليه ما يسر ما إن الله مع الصابرين. He wants a joke from A to Z. صبر صغيرة. الله المستعان ما تفعلون. So basically, mubah means you are allowed to do it, and you are allowed not to do it. One's free to do or not to do. Both are equal. That's what mubah is. Before we get to the example, Ya Ali, understand this. It's extremely essential to understand this principle. Aya Tariq, you with me? Everything on this earth is mubah. This is very, very crucial for you to understand. Everything on this dunya was created for your benefit. Everything on this dunya is mubah unless there is an injunction from the Quran or Sunnah, authentic Sunnah, to prove otherwise. What does that mean, Ya Rabbi? Unless there's an injunction from the Quran or Sunnah to prove otherwise.
There's a hukum that states.
Hukum?
There's a hadith or Quran.
Hadith. Okay, we said that. What does it mean? If there's a
Evidence.
getting there, that proves against the permissibility of that action. Is it mubah to sit where you're sitting now?
Yeah.
Of course it is. If I say to you no, that's haram. See how it works? Is it haram for me to wear what Isa is wearing? Let us say he's wearing 501 jeans. Is it haram for him to wear it?
No.
For me to say it's haram? ممكن برهان, evidence for it. I'm not allowed to throw out halal, haram, halal. I've got to have proof for it. You know, this is the beauty of Islam. No one is allowed to prohibit, to haram anything on this earth without proof. I can't go to Toha and say, you cannot eat fish tonight. Why not? I think it's haram. Who cares what I think? Is there a proof from the Quran or authentic Sunnah for me to disallow him to eat fish? No. He's allowed to eat fish. It becomes what? Mubah. It becomes what? Mubah. هو الذي خلق لكم ما في الأرض جميعا. It is He who created everything. Isn't that a beautiful verse? Everything on this earth. Why? For your benefit. Beautiful Quranic verse. By implication, we understand from this verse, every single thing is what, Ya Mustafa? Mubah. Unless proven otherwise. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Don't let anyone come to you and say something is haram without proof. Without proof, say thank you very much, I cannot accept it. It's a qaida, it's a principle, it's a fundamental, it's a tenet, it's a facet. Understand what I'm saying here. Because there are many out there. Haram, 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 haram. Ain't it? Where's the proof? So live a life with verification, with proof. That's us. We're Muslims. We don't live on vegetable soup. We live on bull, on ox, on a stern, powerful platform. And that is verification of everything and anything. So those that claim out there, the claimants, haram and haram, no problem. Say forward your proof if indeed you are truthful. Are you with me? That's mubah. Is it clean? Now on the same note, which we should have mentioned last week, what comes to my memory is, write this down, this is very critical. Very important. It's the most important thing in your deen. Everything is haram. Sorry, put this in. Every act of worship is haram. In other words, every act of worship is haram. unless sanctioned by Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. How easy is that? Every act of worship is haram unless sanctioned by Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So we can say, which is a beautiful word, I'll probably allow you guys to learn and memorize and definitely understand, is a term in the Arabic language called tawqifi. One of the most important words in your vocab. What does tawqifi mean? When it comes to the acts of worship, how we worship Allah, how we get close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, every act of worship must be based on this fundamental principle. The principle is, it must be tawqifi. What does tawqifi mean? You are not allowed to worship Allah through any act of worship without proof that Rasulullah did it. Wallahi, if you understand this, and if they all understood this, there will be no dissension, there will be no disunity, there will be no disagreement, there will be no discrepancy. We will be one body built on what? Ya Mahir, on the rope of Allah Ta'ala, because we all based it on what Allah commanded, tawqifi. What does it mean? It's got base for it. It stops at the Quran and the authentic Sunnah. That's tawqifi. It stopped. You know those big red lights? What are the red lights? The big sort of signs when you got to stop. Stop your car. And let people go through. You got to give, wait. Islamically is exactly the same scenario. When it comes to worship, there's always a big sign with stop. And it's got underneath it, this is Amrun Tawqifi. This is an affair that you have to have proof for before you can go through. Stop. Before you act upon that worship proof. Is that hard, man? Is it difficult? But we make it so difficult. There's a hadith in Tabarani, authenticated by Sheikh rahmatullah alayhi, Nasruddin al-Albani. He mentions that Muhammad did not leave this world. Listen carefully to this beautiful narration. He did not abandon or part this world only after he taught man, his ummah, everything that will draw them to where, Ya Mustafa? To Jannah, that will get them to Jannah. He taught us everything. It's comprehensive. Not pick and choose or partial, no. Everything. That will get you to Jannah, he taught you. And everything that will lead you to hellfire, he warned you against. Hadith, Sahih, Tabarani. So any act of worship is basically as this. Any act of worship that he did not teach us, sanction, is not an act of worship. It's a devilish act, no matter how much you think it's good. It's a devilish act, and it's called an innovation. And we so, inshallah, in the near future, we're going to be thoroughly discussing the term innovation, bid'ah. Not the spot for it now. You will learn it better than you know your own name, inshallah, in the future. So, that's the term tawqifi. Every act of worship is haram for you to act upon if there's no hadith or there's no proof that he sallallahu did or sanctioned it. Is there any problems there? Is there any problems? Well, there shouldn't be. Need more clarification? You're allowed to ask.
Is tawqifi means recording?
Afwan Sheikh?
Is tawqifi means recording?
Recording?
Equality.
Equality?
According.
What's that?
According.
According? Ah.
Is that it?
So I've got 4 years tonight, so. No. Doesn't mean according. In waqafa yaqif, it means to stop. Tawqifi is the big red sign, stop. Don't go further. Don't worship me, in other words, without proof. That's what it means. It's as easy as that. It's as simple as that. Mafhum? Any problems there? So going back to an example of mubah. Ali, you give me an example, please.
Mubah means every action that has no
I didn't ask you the question what I meant to ask. Give me an example. Give me an example.
Sitting down on a chair.
It's correct. It's a good example, Mustafa. Growing your hair. It's an example. It's permissible, you're right.
Said the hadith of Khalid bin Walid when I was saying the
Good
lizard.
example. When he ate the dog, and I mentioned that last week. He ate the lizard. Wow, he did not. So he ate the lizard. What did the companions ask? Ya Rasulullah, he's eating the lizard. Why haven't you eaten it? Is it haram? He goes, man, it's not common in my area, and I feel like eating it. But it's what you have, man. It's mubah. You want to eat a lizard? Eat a lizard, no problem. It's only snake, it's haram. Is there any problem there? We're not going to get into what you are allowed and not allowed to eat. It's a fiqh issue. Inshallah, once in the future we're going to get to fiqh. I'll tell you about the birds with the talons and the fans and what have you. Why they are not allowed to be eaten. That's not our area now. مباح. هل في مشكلة في ذلك? Any problems in that? Muhammad Saeed. Any issue there?
Can mubah become haram, Sheikh, if you overdo it or you do too much?
Look at that. Look at that. Wide expansion of knowledge. Allahu Akbar. Yes, it can. Yes, it can become haram if you go over the limit. If you go over the limit. I'll give you an example. Overeating. Overeating. You know, one of the minor signs of the hour is obesity will spread in this nation. And indeed it is correct. Obesity has definitely spread. That's due to what? Food is halal. Overeating is haram. Overeating is haram. It's mubah, is it not? It can be haram. And there are many examples. Everything that is mubah, it's mubah without you hurting yourself. La darar wa la dirar. No harm, no reciprocating harm to yourself. Because it can harm you. So overeating harms you. It becomes haram. Mafhum ya Muhammad Saeed? Makruh, and that's the last one we've got for this group. What does makruh mean? Skinny. I always hear it on your tongue. It's what? I didn't ask you the ruling of it. So what does it mean? Makruh, there are a number of words in English that you can mention. Obviously, we always say one word does not give the quench of the language of Arabic. So we'll say makruh can mean disliked. Disliked. It can be detestable. Detestable. It can mean distasteful. Distasteful. It can mean abhorrent. Abhorrent. I like the word abhorrent, in fact. It's the most eloquent word. A-B-H-O-R-R-E-N-T. Abhorrent. Very good word. Very, very eloquent word. Another word is abominable. No one knows that word except Omri. Muhammad loves that word. He always uses that. That's wrong with the Barakallah. Abominable. Undesirable. Undesirable. Hated. Hated. All this refers to that which is disliked. Not good. Negative. Noxious, and so forth and so on. That's the definition of makruh. And I'm pretty sure these words are enough and suffice for us to understand. Ya Isa, makruh. What is the rule on makruh? You said it earlier on.
Yeah, dislike, but it says there wasn't a haram.
I'm not asking you the question. I'm asking you a question. What is the definition or the ruling on makruh? But you said it earlier on. How fast does man ever want to run away from it? So. Ya Rabi' is asking you to give him a hand.
Not recommended, disliked.
Not recommended, disliked. Is that the ruling? Right, that's what happened. No.
Stay away from it.
What's the ruling on makruh? Well, something that, you know,
I don't know
quenches
how to do
my... When I want a cup of water and I'm thirsty, do I want a third of a cup or a whole cup? You gave me a third cup.
Avoid it.
No.
So if you avoid it, you get rewarded if you don't avoid it.
Oh, full. No more water needed, guys. Correct. The ruling is that it's best to avoid. Write this down. The ruling is it's best to avoid. It's best to avoid. The one that avoids it for the sake of Allah, the one that avoids this continuation, come on. The one who avoids it for the sake of Allah gets rewarded. The one who avoids it for the sake of Allah gets rewarded. But the one that does it will not be sinful. But the one that does it will not be sinful. That's what you said earlier on, you see. Well, but the one that does it will not be sinful. A few examples of this. We have a hadith in Bukhari on the authority of Abu Juhayfa who said that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam did not eat while reclining against anything. It's disliked to eat while leaning against anything while eating. He did not like to eat, and it was known in those days I would sit down like this for him. Exactly as I'm sitting. He would not lean on a cushion or a couch or a lounge or a chair or anything else. He did not like it. It's makruh to do that. To lean on something while you eat. Is it haram? No, it's not haram. He did not forbid it. He did not like it though. The hadith is clear. مفهوم الكلام هذا? Any problems with that hadith? Do any of you eat while reclining? You can say so if you do, it's not a problem. It's not, you're not going to be sinful.
They sit on a chair, they eat reclining or not? If I sit there with back there, is it
No.
reclining or not?
No, it's not reclining. It's mubah. You know, some, I'm not going to mention the group who it is, they said that, the Sheikh knows them very well. They said that you should not sit on a table and chair and eat. It's not the Sunnah. It's not the Sunnah, it's haram to do that. It's an innovation, they say. Absolutely not. It's in fact mubah to do that. It's mubah, you are allowed to do that. So don't be sort of fooled by this statement. See how you judge things? What would you prove, please? Where'd you get that? Is that in your land, guys? You know them very well. No, yeah.
You said that it's hated. Something hated isn't that sinful? If it's hated.
It's disliked.
Okay.
Dislike sinful? No. Abhorrent is a very tough word. Abomination.
I don't know
Yeah.
what it is, but
It's makruh. No, I understand.
Sheikh, what would, if someone doesn't sleep on their right, what would sleep on their left?
Makruh. No.
Some
Very
people say
good.
cigarettes.
We'll get to that one there. Don't be fooled by those people too. No.
The drinking while standing.
Drinking while standing. There's a sunnah that he did that sort of thing on specific occasions. Another narration which is very clear cut is in Bukhari as well and Muslim is the hadith of Abu Zamra who said that Muhammad sallam did not like to sleep before Isha. It says it clear. He did not like to sleep before Isha nor talk after Isha. That's a authentic narration in Bukhari and Muslim. He did not like to what, Yamin? Sleep before Isha nor talk after Isha, and that was the Sunnah. He would sleep immediately after Isha unless there's a reason, like there was need for advice, counseling, da'wah work. He would not sit down and just talk about the dunya or go get a foxtail remote control like Allah musta'an, Allah forgive us all. We do today. Or look at the NRL or the AFL or the other devilish L. No, he didn't do any of this stuff. But today, احنا أصبحنا لطيف. صم بكم عمي كأننا zombies. We stand in our screen, just look at it as though the aliens look at it. What are these people doing? Just look at the screen. What are they doing? We look like zombies. We've been brainwashed, indoctrinated with the Western mentality. Brainwashed by supposed modernization, liberalization, saying this and that, and kada, ya latif, a'udhu billah. What has this world come to? What has this world come to? I remember in my days, I'm going back a long time ago, I was an old man. Yeah, 1970s when I was a little lad, still in kindergarten. You know, we could watch TV, I'll be straightforward, we could watch it. You know, with all fair dinkum, as they say, you could watch TV. I enjoyed the Flintstones, you know the Flintstones? I'm not sure they still got these days. I enjoyed it, I didn't mind it, like it was enjoyable. And there wasn't much, you know, noxious and obscene words and activity played. I was at a friend's house not long ago and I sat down and watched cartoons with their children. I was just sitting there and he had the cartoon on. I said, "A'udhu billahi minash shaitan." Is that for kids? So what's the matter, Sheikh? That's triple X rated. Wallahi. Adults can't watch this. Forget the kids, adults can't watch this. The playing, what they were showing. A'udhu billah, a'udhu billah. Wallahi, this is not innocent entertainment. This is the destruction of your reward. You are liable and responsible. You are the shepherd of those young children, of yourself and your life. Don't be deceived by that big 50-inch screen. It is devilish. So anyway, haram definitely. No doubt about that. Follow this one here. And there are many evidence for it too. So basically, why did he not like to stay up over, after Isha? What could be the reason? What do you reckon, Faisal? Tahajjud. Fajr. He had an ambition, that is to please the Almighty Allah. Not to please his nafs. But Allah was his ambition, his goal. So he slept early for what reason? To worship Allah. To worship Allah. And he loved that. And that sleeping becomes what, Yatoya? Worship itself. Because when you sleep for that reason, every second that you are sleeping, you're getting, alhamdulillah, gold nuggets into that bag. Instead of sitting down and watching the sport, and you're getting gold nuggets into the devil's bag. That's exactly what you're doing. So that's makruh. Any problems there? We don't want to take too much at that time because the time is beating us. Mafhum? Number 3, the companions' adherence to the Sunnah of our beloved Prophet. Now we've got to understand all the companions, whether they were young, whether they were old, they were strict adherents of no other than the Sunnah of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Never ever did they say, this is Sunnah, this is basic, this is minor, this is trivial. Never. In fact, they hold the Sunnah in very high esteem, making no distinction between the Sunnah and the Quran. Did not Allah send the Quran and the Sunnah as one? They did not make a distinction between the two at all. They followed it precisely and fully. They completed exactly what Allah commanded from them. That's why they were the best of people. And there are numerous examples of how emphatically they abided by the Sunnah of Muhammad. I'm going to give you a few examples to show you, so you too can go out there and utilize the same method they did. See, we mentioned in our second lesson about the word salaf, and we'll learn precisely the definition of what is that? As-salaf as-salih. One whole hour we took on that term. Very important lesson it was. Now, this is why it's important to follow these great models, these beacons. Abdullah ibn Mas'ud one day heard a man after his sneeze say, Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala Rasulillah. What did he say? You see this man in his sneeze? Is there anything wrong with saying that after a man?
It's not part of the Sunnah.
He was going to war. He said, there's nothing wrong at first, and you corrected him. And he agreed with you after that. Of course there is something wrong with this. let us hear what Abdullah said to him, this great companion. He said, what you have said is true. But the golden words come after that. What are they, Ya Rabia? Wallahi, they're the golden words. But that, he said, was not the practice of Rasulullah. What you said was true. Alhamdulillah. You need Alhamdulillah. Wassalatu wassalam ala Rasulillah. What you said is true. But, the huge but here, that was not the practice of Muhammad. He simply told us to say, Alhamdulillah. What happens? You gotta let this kick in, huh? You gotta let it work in your life. That's the definition of it. Stop. That's all he said. He did not say anything besides it. You are not allowed to go further than that. That's what it means by tawqifi. Abdullah ibn Abbas one day was sitting next to the Kaaba when all of a sudden Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyan, who was the Khalifa at that time, enters what, Ya Mustafa? The Grand Mosque. The Grand Mosque. He started off by doing tawaf. Now listen carefully to what he did. He kissed the black stone and then he started circumambulating, circulating the Kaaba. But every time he got to the corner, a corner of the Kaaba, he wiped his hand on it. Who did this? Muawiyah, the Khalifa we're talking about now. Now Abdullah ibn Abbas, this was, he was observing his action. And he knew that Rasulullah never did this. He never ever touched only two corners, the black stone and the Yemeni corner. And all those who have been to Umrah or Hajj understand this. He did not touch the other two stones. So Abdullah immediately went to Muawiyah and said, I object, Ya Muawiyah. You are not allowed to do this. Muawiyah first responded by saying, to me, none of the corners of the Kaaba shall be deserted. They ought to be equal. And then what did he say to him after that? It's the golden words coming. He said, that was not the practice of Rasulullah. What is it? What, and did Muawiyah argue with Abdullah? Who was the Khalifa? Muawiyah is the Khalifa. No, he did not argue. سمعنا وأطعنا غفرانك ربنا وإليك المصير. I hear and I obey. Oh Allah, forgive me for what I have done. He said to Abdullah, you have spoken the truth. Period. No argument. That's how they were. But they corrected each other immediately. Okay, what is the problem of touching the other corners? It's a big problem, Yama. What is it? He never did it, done it, performed it, whatever. So he stopped him and he immediately adhered to the command of Rasulullah. See how powerful Islam is? No matter how strong this person may be, he was the Khalifa talking to Abdullah ibn Abbas, who was just a normal citizen. But he respected the figure Abdullah, Rasulullah. We all know Abdullah ibn Umar. Allahu Akbar, Zakaria. You know Abdullah ibn Umar? He was a powerful man. He was one of the most strictest individuals to stick to the Sunnah. So much so that he was traveling with his companions one day. And suddenly, as he was on his horse, he veered off the course of his companions. He went underneath a tree, a branch of a tree, and he went back to the companions. Abdullah ibn Umar. So he goes back to who? To his companions and says, what was that for? But why would you do this? He goes, فَإِنِّي رَأَيْتُ رَسُولَ اللَّهِ do exactly as you saw me do. That's how strict he was. To the extent, you might find this a bit gross, he urinated in a hole where he saw Rasulullah urinating. That's how he was. He once saw his son Bilal preventing his wife from going to the masjid. He immediately intervened and said to him, لا تفعل ذلك يا بلال فإني سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول لا تمنعوا إماء الله مساجد الله. Don't prevent the female servants of Allah from the houses of Allah. Isn't it beautiful? Again, it's immediate intervention. When do you intervene, ya Bilal? When do you intervene? When you see anyone going against? Did you know the companions, how strong and strict they were with the Sunnah? That they severed ties between them and their kin when they discovered that this individual had gone against the Sunnah. They would sever ties to that extent. That's how high they took the Sunnah of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Umar himself, was Farouk. He once stood in front of the black stone and he said, I know you're only a stone. You don't bring benefit. You don't cause harm. And wallahi, had I not seen Rasulullah kiss you, I would never kiss you. That's the Sunnah, the power. The power of the Sunnah. How strict it is. How much it's based on this word. Stop where he stopped. Don't go beyond. If you go beyond, you're going to get a head-on collision with the devil. That's when innovation spreads and starts. Abu Musa al-Ash'ari, one of the greatest and most knowledgeable companions. He once went to the house of Abdullah ibn Mas'ud. And he stood there, very respectful. He didn't go and knock on the door and, where are you inside? Please come out quickly. No. He didn't knock on the door. He stood there. That's how they were. They were people of integrity, of respect, of manners, morals. They were careful how they spoke, how they looked at others, what they did when they were with people. They were very, very of great and powerful character. So he went to his house. He waited until he came out. He didn't knock on the door. And he waited for a while. When Abdullah came out, Abu Musa said to him, Ya Aba Abdurrahman, I just saw something in the masjid that puzzled me. I have never recognized it before, nor have I ever seen it before. But, he said these words, it looked good. SubhanAllah. You're saying that? Abu Musa al-Ash'ari, to Abdullah the Great, Ibn Mas'ud. So Ibn Mas'ud said, what is it? What did you see? He said, I saw circles of people in the masjid, waiting for prayer. In every circle there was a leader. And they all had stones in their hand. And the leader will say to them, say Allahu Akbar 100 times. They'll say Allahu Akbar 100 times. Say La ilaha illallah 100 times. They'll say La ilaha illallah 100 times. Say Subhanallah 100 times. They'll say Subhanallah 100 times. Abdullah said, and what did you do? Did you order them to count their evil deeds? Straight away. So he immediately went to where? He went to the masjid and he saw these circles. He stood and said to them, what are you doing? He said, Ya Abu Abdurrahman. He said, they're speaking. We have these stones that we do our tasbih, our takbir, our tahleer with. He goes, count your evil deeds. What is the matter with you? O nation of Muhammad, how soon do you come to your destruction? The Prophet's companions are amongst you. They're tabi'in. They're amongst you. His clothes have not yet threadbare. They're not wrecked, in other words. They're still there. His cookware, his pots and cutlery have not yet broken. By the one whose hand is my soul. Either you are on a religion better than that of Muhammad, or you are following a path of the devil. Both paths are evil. What do you say to them? You are either following the path better than his, or the path of the devil. Both paths are what? The devilish path. He didn't allow them. He stopped them all. What were they doing, Yusuf? But what do you say about acts of worship? What is it? This is referring to Tawqifi. This is not based on the Quran and Sunnah. He never sanctioned this. It's not hard to understand. See, sometimes we might say to ourselves, big deal. No, it is a big deal. It is a big deal. You've got no proof, you don't do it. Otherwise, you are not following the path of who? Of Islam. You are either on a path, on a religion that is better than Muhammad. or you are following the path of Satan. And what they were doing? Sitting down. Allahu Akbar, in unison. So when you look at this, I've also said it beautifully. I saw something that it looked good, he said. He was confused. So he took a second opinion. And he couldn't get better than the opinion of Umar bin Abu Abdurrahman ibn Mas'ud. Allahu Akbar. What she was. Or he is, because his evidence is still with us. So Allahu Akbar. See how powerful it is. That's how powerful it is. And that's how strict they were to the Sunnah. Any problems there? Number 4. Ahlul Quran, or a better term for them, the Quran. What we've got to understand is that there's no devout Muslim will ever dare go against the Sunnah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Will ever dare go against it. But today, on a regrettable and unfortunate note, and you've all witnessed this, there are so-called liberal elites, those who think that they're high standard, eloquent, formal, professional people, who tend to raise a slogan saying that the Quran is enough for us today. There's no need for the Sunnah whatsoever. And wallahi, this was prophesied by Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He warned about this group in a hadith collected by Darimi and Abu Dawood on the authority of Al-Nuqdan ibn Ma'di Karab. He said, that's what Islam said, I have been given the Quran. He's talking about the Ahlul Quran now. And that which is similar to it beside it, the Sunnah. But a time will come, listen carefully. A time will come, and wallahi this happened in India, the subcontinent. A time will come when a man leaning against his couch will say, follow only the Quran. Whatever you find in a halal, take it as halal. Whatever you find in a haram, take it as haram. And then he says to them, surely what I prohibited is the same as what Allah has prohibited. And this happened exactly as he mentioned. It was mentioned by the scholars of India or the subcontinent, somewhere in the subcontinent, I think it was India, or Pakistan, but India, Allahu Alam, according to my collective sort of ability. There was a man leaning against the couch. You got to try my puzzle. He was leaning against the couch and he said exactly that. And they are called Ahlul Quran. What does Ahlul Quran mean? That they do not accept anything but the Quran. They disregard completely the Sunnah of Muhammad. They're kuffar.
I was just going to ask you that.
What are they besides kuffar? They don't reject one hadith, they reject all the ahadith. All the ahadith. Indeed, they are not Muslims. It's impossible for them to be Muslims. And yet there are many, many verses that emphasize the importance of sticking to the Sunnah. And, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala threatens us in many verses. If we do not stick to the Sunnah. We've got a verse in Surah Nur that says, فَلْيَحْذَرِ الَّذِينَ يُخَالِفُونَ عَنْ أَمْرِ أَنْ تُصِيبَهُمْ فِتْنَةٌ أَوْ يُصِيبَهُمْ عَذَابٌ أَلِيمٌ. Let those who oppose the commandments of Muhammad be warned, lest some fitna befall them, or severe, painful punishment be inflicted upon them. Look at this golden verse in the Nisa. فَلَا وَرَبِّكَ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ حَتَّى يُحَكِّمُوكَ فِي مَا سَجَرَ بَيْنَهُمْ ثُمَّ لَا يَجِدُوا فِي أَنفُسِهِمْ حَرَجًا مِمَّا قَضَيْتَ وَيُسَلِّمُوا تَسْلِيمًا. Allah says in beautiful words, they will never, by your Lord, they will never believe until they make you, Ya Muhammad, the judge in all their disputes. You don't return it back to your parents, your whatever, your courts in your civil land, but to him. And then the hadith says, and then they do not find in themselves any ill feelings, any resistance in that which he mentioned, in that which he decided, his decision, in other words, his judgment. But they submit fully with full submission, Allah says. So sometimes when we sit down, we judge according to Sharia. And there may be some of us that have some kind of negativity in our hearts. We feel, I don't like that. It's not up to you to like or not like. When the law, the Sharia, is mentioned, you just say Alhamdulillah, because you will get reward for this. You get reward for this. When you studying Taslima and they fully submit to the law that was given to them and find no ill feelings, no resistance in their hearts when it comes to the judgment of Rasulullah. When a man came to Umar ibn Khattab and he said that I want you to judge between me and this Jew. And it was told to him, to Umar, that he was already judged by Muhammad. What did Umar do? Wallahi, he got the sword out and sliced his neck. Immediately. And that was how dare you resist the judgment of Rasulullah. He cut his head off.
So then do they refute Muhammad altogether?
Yes.
Do they still
No,
believe
they
it's
believe in him, but they don't respect his sunnah. Kufr. That's kufr. Absolute kufr. Of course, you got to. What's on tonight? What's on? Allah barik fik, ya habibi, Allah yahfazak. You've all got the 4 imams, like Abu Hanifa, you got Al-Shafi'i, you got Malik, you got Imam Ahmad. SubhanAllah, Abu Hanifa, who was born in the year 80 after migration, and we all know him as the Mandub al-Hanafi. Did you know that only over a third of his school of thought was done by later scholars and not by him? It's not his work, in other words. So, was he a tabi'i? The majority say he was a tabi'i. He met Anas ibn Malik according to a lot of scholars. He was asked a very profound question by his students, and that was, what do we do, they asked him, when you're saying, or if we find your saying opposing the saying of the Quran? He goes, leave my saying, leave it, and stick to the saying of the Quran. Then they asked him, what do we do if we find the saying of yours opposing the saying of the Prophet? Just leave my saying and stick to the saying of Rasulullah. What do we do? Again they asked him, if we find the saying of yours opposing the saying of the Sahabi, the companion, leave my saying, he said, and stick to the saying of the Sahabi, the companion. And then he said, and declared, my madhab, this is who's saying this, Abu Hanifa. Where's the Ahnaf? My madhab, he said, my methodology, my way, is whatever hadith has been proved to be authentic. Where are the Ahnaf from this beautiful statement of his? They don't follow Abu Hanifa, they follow their own music desire. The majority of them are blind followers of the Hanafi madhab. We've got Malik ibn Anas, who was born 93 after a migration. And he's well known. He actually was born the year that Anas ibn Malik died. And his saying is very profound as well, and that was, he said, the saying of every person is accepted and rejected. And then he pointed, except the saying of that one over there, pointing to her, the companion of that great Muhammad. In other words, my saying, as he said, I am only a mortal. Sometimes I'm correct, sometimes I'm wrong. So look into my opinions, don't blindly follow what he said. He actually said this. Don't blindly follow it. Check my opinions, investigate it. Whatever agrees with the Sunnah, accept. And whatever disagrees, reject. Beautiful words. Al-Shafi'i, he once was mentioned in a hadith in a room. We had a lot of students. Suddenly one of the students raised his hand and said, Ya Imam, do you say so as well? Like he mentioned the hadith of who? Of Muhammad sallallahu Qala Rasulullah, something, whatever it was. So someone from the audience said, do you say so? Do you agree to that? Do you agree with the hadith? He got enraged, really angry. So much so his face became pale. He said, Wayhak, woe to you. Which earth would carry me? Which sky would shelter me if I narrate a hadith that I don't hold the same view of? Then he said to him something very powerful. Listen carefully to what he said to him. He goes, do you see me wearing a zannar? A zannar is a non-Muslim belt. Do you see me wearing a zannar? Or have you seen me come out of the church? SubhanAllah. How dare I mention a hadith that I don't agree with? In other words, you see me as a kafir, not to agree with it. Because the only ones that disagree with the narration of his Sunnah is who? In reality, is a kuffar. So he's saying, do you see me as one of those who's wearing a zinnah, an non-Muslim belt, or have come out of the church not to agree? How dare you, in other words? And then we got the great Imam Ahmad ibn Muhammad, known for the Hanbali school. He was born in 164 in Baghdad, and he was the strictest in following the Salaf Salih, the strictest of all. He said it beautifully, and it sums it all up. He said, do not follow me, or Malik, or Ash-Shafi'i, or Al-Awza'i, or Al-Thawri, or anyone else, but take from where they took, from the Quran and the authentic Sunnah. Look, how can you go wrong? You know, you are allowed, we're going to study this in the future, inshallah, we're going to form a day, when you are allowed to take from them and what way we take. You can follow a madhab, but not blindly follow a madhab. And we'll study that later on, inshallah, and clarify this issue and why there is so much problems out there today. These are known as Ahlul Quran. Number 5, we're almost done, inshallah. We want to finish this tonight. Those who are negligent of the Sunnah. Out there are many individuals who are extremely negligent when it comes to the Sunnah. And we mentioned these people earlier on. They say, find the Sunnah, who cares? It's basic, it's trivial, and they fall into all problems. And wallahi, the only reason that we today are so disunified, so much problems, dissension and problems have occurred in our nation is because of this problem here. We don't follow the Sunnah as we are supposed to. These people, this group, mistakenly estimate obedience to him Sallam, as only admirable or rewardable or optional. They don't understand, they don't believe that following the Sunnah is a critical condition. Not an option, a critical condition that must be fulfilled for any act of worship to be accepted. It must be fulfilled, not a matter of choice. They are not rejecting the hadith, but they are lax, they are laborious, they are weak, lazy when it comes to the Sunnah of Muhammad. I would say one hadith to end that one. Hadith is in Bukhari, Abu Hurairah, which is كل أمتي يدخلون الجنة إلا من أبى قيل ومن يأبى يا رسول الله قال من أطاعني دخل الجنة ومن عصاني فقد أبى. He said, all of my nation, beautiful hadith, will enter Jannah except those who refuse. And the companions upon hearing this, they were absolutely flabbergasted, blown away. Ya Rasulullah, who could refuse this? They said. Who could refuse Jannah? He goes, whoever obeys me, Jannah is for him. And whoever disobeys me has refused. Clear cut. What more do you want? Honestly. What more do you want? Again, I repeat the emphasis, the importance of sticking to this. Did he do it? I do it. He didn't do it? Why do it? Was it not the Quran in motion? Was it not the walking Quran? Was not his character the Quran alive? So how can we go wrong? It's impossible. Number 6. Prophet personal Sunnah is clearly distinct from his legal Sunnah. What we've got to understand, that he was an Arab man living in 7th century Arabia. What does this mean? That meant that he had personal taste. He had personal preferences like any other mortal. He's a human being. He's not divine. He's human. However, his personal Sunnah, way of life, his personal Sunnah is distinct from the legal Sunnah. The Islamic Sharia Sunnah, which is this, all this stuff here. And a clear distinction of this is the hadith of Imam al-Tirmidhi, that when he entered Medina, what did he find in Jammah? Do you remember this? Back in Chisholm Road? It's not old age, you're just too young. Take it off, you. When he entered Medina, he found its inhabitants artificially pollinating the date palm trees. What are they doing, Muhammad Sa'id? Artificially pollinating the date palm. Because Medina was known for its dates. Well known to this day. Beautiful dates come out of Medina. So when he saw them doing this, he goes, what are you doing this for? Like, why do you do it? They said, Ya Rasulullah, it's a habitual sort of instinct of ours. We've been doing it for a long time. So he suggested to them, maybe it's better that you not do that artificially. So they took his advice. Come next year, the year of the harvest, the time of the harvest, they went to get their crop to harvest it. There's hardly any crop there. It greatly diminished. There was not much left. They ran to Rasulullah. Said, Ya Rasulullah, our crop. We took your advice and the crop's gone. He said to them, listen to these profound words. I am only a human being. If I issue you with a legal judgment, accept it. No room for playing around, accept it. But when I give you advice of the dunya related issues like this, I'm only a human being, he said. I could be right, and I could be wrong. In this area, Abdurrahman, he was what? He was wrong, no problem. It's personal sunnah. It's not wahyun yuha here. It's personal. So it's clearly distinct from his legal binding law, sunnah, that we are all incumbent upon us to follow. That was hard work. Any problems? We went over time today, but it's not a problem. We finished it. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Now, the next 2 weeks is the school holidays. And we go according to the board of studies because there's people that's going to go and take the kids away. You know, after got 20 children to go, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. And he needs a boat, he wants to take him on a bus somewhere far away. And what a beautiful father he is. Allahu Akbar. Rabira tabarakallah. When are you taking yours?
I'm not taking it.
Allahu Akbar. You're such a beautiful father. So inshallah, next 2 weeks we have off. And the third week, inshallah ta'ala, which will, the week we come back, I'm going to give you a basic revision of the 4 lessons we've done. And then we're going to get into the next word, which is Ahlas Sunnati wal Jammah. And then hence after that, we will get into the nitty-gritty, intricate areas, the detailed areas of Aqidah. What exactly is the belief of the righteous predecessors? Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hayya Allah. Ahlan bil mashayikh. Ahlan bil mashayikh.